Magisters are probably humanity's real hope, don't you think?
Descendant, I have checked the map of the ruins that was sent to your receive. I will guide you to the Prime Hands. The map was created during an expedition from a few decades ago, but it's still highly reliable. It seems our operation has been made possible through the sacrifices of these early descendants. Oh no, Aiden has stationed a large number of forces within the ruins. The Vulcus commander who attacked Blair and the recon squad must be here as well. The weapons are prepared for sporadic battles. There are also likely to be a number of traps set up to prevent us from advancing. According to the records, in order to activate the Prime Hands, power must be established throughout the ruins. The records mention a power facility. I will guide you there. It seems as if the Vulgus have prevented the power facility from being operational. Let's remove the circuit jammers and get the power facility up and running, Descendant. Headed your way. I believe they are trying to prevent you from the power supply.
Master Raymond! The vermin are awakening the ruins! I think they're after the Iron Mine! Please! We need reinforcements! Master Raymond! There's no response. It doesn't make sense. Master Raymond should be on Corell's ship. Keep requesting reinforcements!
The electronic generator installed by Jacob is blocking our communications. If we can keep this up, we have a chance of winning. This operation is real. I think there are no surprises with the conversion process.
I had to prove my loyalty for decades to get these prosthetics and personas. But I will share my persona with anyone that kills the Descendant now. This is your chance to become
Watch your feet.
Descendant, we're approaching the zone where the prime hands are located. Hold on just a little longer. Release didn't fall on schedule. There's no mention of this in past expeditions. And the temperature is rising in advance beyond. The petition's been kept in place so that the ruin system can respond to the thermal fatigue. If this temperature change was caused by the radiant heat generated by the inverted energy, then the level when the inverted energy reaches its peak exceeds even my imagination. Humans won't be able to withstand even for 1 second. Descendant, can you hear what I'm saying?
This is your grave.
Descendant, you must stop the operation. I didn't have enough information. Even if we set the inverse calculation of the radiant heat as low as possible, the human body cannot withstand inverted energy. Descendant.
In Infiltration team, this is Jaber. Requesting an update on the current state of the operation.
What are you gonna do with that intel? Wouldn't it be faster to just ask them when it'll be over? Damn, that hurts. Pass me some more rounds.
That's the last magazine. Use it sparingly.
Descendant, I heard the infiltration of the ruins was a success, and the inverted Ironheart has been retrieved. How's the operation going? Do you think we have a chance? Corell's ships are slowly appearing at the White Knight Gulch. Hopefully we'll hear some good news from the front. Any of them. Descendant, please respond.
Descendant. I understand your intention now. I see you've decided to put your faith in hope. It seems not only that I lack information regarding the inversion process, I did not know enough about it. I support your decision. I will never give up.
Error overloaded. Battle protocol. Error overloaded. So it has come to this. Increase the spectral laser output to max. Light up the Descendant.
That laser device runs on the external battery. I will display the location of the battery's heat source on your receiver. Destroy it.
different from the other paltry soldiers I've killed. I will kill you and make a new prosthetic from your body. Master Aemon, please watch over me.
The inverted Ironheart is forcing the dimensional wall to open. If this occurs at all of the prime hands, the dimensional balance will collapse completely. The Ironheart must be contained. What's that? Descendant! Wait. Your arcade is reacting to the inverted energy. Being absorbed into your subconscious arcade space. Take heart, Descendant. I am with you. The remaining energy is at 34%. The dimensional wall is stabilizing. Remaining energy at 21%, 16%. You're almost there. Remaining energy at 0%. You've done it, Descendant. The Ironheart has been transported to the safest possible location, into the subconscious space of your arcade, where I first met you. However, the Ironheart in your subconscious space can be removed only once. If you attempt to embrace this Ironheart again, your arcade will be unable to endure it. This means we have only a single opportunity to convey and destroy the Ironheart. Do not worry, Descendant. We will prevail. Descendant, are you all right? Are you experiencing any arcade irregularities? If nothing is wrong, I have something to tell you. I have finally unlocked the secret behind the Ancestors' inversion technology. And thanks to the sacrifice you made, Descendant, I was also able to access the inversion technology database, which had been sealed. Inversion was a forbidden technology that reversed the entropy of infinite energy composites like the Ironheart and turned them into antimatter. The inverted Ironheart was intended to be a core element as part of a process to reverse the laws of nature. Antiparticle weapons, destruction of the dimensional wall, multi-dimensional space-time connections. I see traces of countless unthinkable plans. According to the development logs, inversion was created by extremists among the ancestors who were obsessed with using the Ironheart. But it seems the Vulgus somehow obtained this inversion technology. I think the ancestors and the Vulgus were connected in some way, long before I was created. I can find no records as to whether that relationship was one of conflict or cooperation, but there may have been no reason to include that in my files. As you know, I am not here to protect the Ironhearts. I am essentially a track and annihilate program, designed to destroy them and everything about them. And through this recent research, I have become more certain of my role and my mission. Descendant, I have acquired an algorithm to analyze inverted energy and have derived a way to destroy it. My next step is to try and apply this to our current situation. Although we can only extract the inverted Ironheart from within RK once, theoretically, there may be a faster and more certain way to destroy it than the process we might use for a regular Ironheart if we use the properties of antimatter. Wait. Descendant. A wave that I have never previously felt within the void is approaching. It seems a Colossus has been drawn to the inverted energy. I'm sure we'll hear from Albion soon.
Colossus is closing in, moving towards the Hagios prime hands at a rapid speed. Classification type: Swamp Walker, deadly great walker mutation. Descendants in Albion, commence with the intercept battle.
Come on, Mr. Colossus expert. Hagios is Vulgus territory. Can't we just leave it to them?
I agree. Right now, we've got bigger things on our mind.
Entertaining those thoughts can be very dangerous, Jaber and Blair.
Have you completed preparations?
Descendant, I have received reports of your outstanding performance in Hagios, and with our ongoing research into inversion. We believe that swamp walkers were alerted by the inverted energy exposed in Hagios, and began heading toward Ingris's dimension. But they're not only targeting Hagios. They're currently moving toward multiple areas within Ingris. What will you do if one of the swamp walkers approaches Albion? I heard that you have submerged the inverted Ironheart in your arcade. Can you guarantee that they won't be drawn to that energy, Descendant? We cannot always assume a best-case scenario. That kind of carelessness is how humanity was almost totally annihilated a century ago. You are humanity's hope, Descendant. You need to be more proactive.
Damn it. Since Mr. Colossus expert is being so serious about this, looks like we have no choice, Turret Boy.
I believe the data from the Colossus will prove useful.
Useful? For what? Cracking open amorphous materials?
Please, just let her finish.
As Seneca said, the Colossi are moving towards various regions, not just Hagios. If those regions show signs of inverted energy, we may be able to use that for our overall plan. The plan to destroy the Ironheart.
Well, that's good news!
Whatever you're planning, we have to do it fast. The White Knight Gulch is still dangerous.
you need information about the Colossi.
inverted energy.
Guy, the location I just sent you? That's where we think the Vulgus Fortress is. If you found any features or have any intel, send us the details.